even know what happened. It just crashed. I think the app crashed or something. I apologize. If you're just coming in, this is part 2 to the karmic situation. So here we are, guys. We just did pile number 1, the Angelite crystal. Very beautiful reading, to be honest. I hope that was good for you. If you want to see this and the intro, it's in part 1, okay? So we are take 2, and ironically so, we're going to go into pile number 2. All right. So now we're going to be getting into the garnet. Okay, this is that beautiful deep purple eggplant crystal. It's full of sparkly little diamond flecks, and it's just a deep dark purple. It's beautiful. I hope you can see how gorgeous that is. This is going to be pile number 2. I hope you've all taken a moment to meditate on what pile is yours. If you want more than one pile, that's fine. Earlier in part 1, we talked about the overall undraw energy. A new start is coming in this karmic situation. There is an air sign energy here that is willing to fight. As long as you have unwavering faith, you are a truth seeker. And there is an energy of moving on for the overall energy for this reading today. And excuse the crickets, it's my lizards. I wish you would just eat that thing already. Okay. So, pile number 2, let's get in. Garnet. One of my favorite stones. Oh, so heavy, so beautiful. The first card is be bold and make the first move. I love it. It's a cardinal moon. So we definitely have one of the cardinal signs here. Aries, Cancer, Libra, or Capricorn. Kind of stepping in with this energy. Being bold, okay? So there's a cardinal involved. Let's go ahead and get the angel oracle. Ooh, I feel brave. Ooh, yes, definitely cardinal energy. Look at her, full of butterflies, bold and brave. Now, what I'm really digging about this reading is earlier, I hope you see part 1, we got confident and confidence in both of those cards, which was really cool. And this is kind of a synonym. It's kind of the same thing. Being bold and brave to me is the same thing, okay? So we both have I feel. Earlier it's I feel confident. Now I feel brave. Both of those are feeling energies. I'm loving this. I do think for pile number 2, you are a very courageous, a very, very smart and brave and bold and take action kind of human being, okay? The true love oracle that comes out for you is the talk, okay? You guys need to have a talk, but you need to initiate it, okay? I feel like you're not aware of that. Are you aware that you need to initiate the talk? It could also be that this person that is a karmic in your life is the bold, brave one, and they're going to initiate some kind of a communication or talk with you or your person if it's a third-party situation. I think the cardinal one is going to initiate it, if that makes more clarity for your situation. So Cancer, Aries, Libra, or Capricorn. That is the person that's going to need to initiate this. Now, is that you and your person? Could be both of you. And who knows which one, or maybe both at the same time, are going to initiate this conversation. Or if it's none of you and it's the karmic may be initiating a talk. But there is going to be some communication coming out fairly soon about what needs to happen in your guys' situation. Okay, you need to be brave and face this conversation. Don't be scared. Don't be cowardice. Okay, deal with this confrontation. It's not going to be a very peachy talk, to be honest. Let's get a tarot card. Ooh, and we have the Earth Mother, which obviously is an Earth Queen. But in this deck, I believe it's the Empress. Okay, So this could be a Capricorn or a Cancer, both mother energy, feminine energy, okay? And we're going to have a big conversation. And you know what? Her stomach right here looks pregnant also. This Be Brave, it just looks very round to me. So there is something about children that need to be discussed, okay? I don't know if you have children with this person or they have children with this person, but children need to be discussed, and somebody needs to be brave and make the first move, okay? In the karmic situation, if you did choose Garnet and you are the karmic, it's possible you're having a child. And you need to talk about this with this person. You need to have the talk. What's going to happen? What are we going to do? What are our choices? Are you going to be around? Are we going to be together? Are we going to be married? Do you want this child? Do you not want this child? Or maybe it's the conversation, do you want children with me? Do you want to grow with me? Do you see a future with me? Or is it already done? Do you already feel like you've completed your family? I definitely am getting a lot of those vibes. Okay, I don't know which way it's going to go for whoever is there. I think 3 would be a marker. Maybe 3 years, being with somebody 3 years. Maybe talking about a 3-year-old. Maybe having, you know, conversation about something to do with 3 years is what I feel strongly. But I don't know what's going on here. I can't shake the feeling that there's a husband and wife or a dad and mom. I can't shake the feeling that this is about children. With the Empress, I can't shake it. Someone has to confront a situation about children, and I don't know if it's going to be a good thing or a bad thing. That's really kind of up to you. This is going to take some courage and some strength to have this conversation. It could be, you know, someone that says, I don't want to have any more children. I'm sorry. I already have 3, or I already have whatever, and I'm not looking to have any more. You know, this is it for me. I want to get fixed, or I want to get, you know, tubes tied or whatever. I don't want to go further with our family. I think that could be a very tough conversation coming up. And somebody may be coming up and saying, you know, I want more kids. I want to make a family. I'm not ready to throw in the towel. I would like another baby, or I would like, you know, to stay married. There could be a conversation about a breakup, you know, in pile number 2. Or somebody that needs to break up with somebody else for their family. And that may also be what's coming up. You need to leave someone to start a family here. And that may also be what needs to be said. You need to cut ties with this person so we can start a family, so we can at least have a marriage or a union or a birth of some new beginning. And we do have someone that wants to grow and wants to, you know, flourish. But I think the issue is somebody here just doesn't feel the same way, or you're hitting a wall with this pile number 2. Let's get some advice on this situation. Better 1,000 hollow words is 1 word that brings peace. Wow. Cricket, you're being annoying. Okay, sorry. So, I mean, just look at that. Better 1 honest, truthful word that feels painful, but it still brings peace, than 1,000 lies, 1,000 bullshit remarks, 1,000 years of just bullshit, 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 bullshit. That doesn't bring anyone peace. Whatever this conversation is going to bring up, it's going to be about children. Whether they're grown or young or not born, it's going to bring up children. And it's going to be, I have an issue. What are we going to do? Be brave, be bold, confront it. Because somebody here in this karmic situation that picked Garnet for pile number 2. Oh, you like the crickets? Okay, well, if you like them, that's good. But I don't know what it's going to be for you. But somebody's looking for that peaceful word. Yes, I want to be with you. I want to grow with you. I want to marry you, or I want to have children with you, or I just want to have a life. That, yes, I do, brings peace. The other word, no, I don't. I don't want to grow with you. I don't want more children, and I don't want to get married again, or I don't want to get married at all. That also is going to bring peace. Because at least you'll know what the hell to do. And it is better than sitting in confusion and chaos. Just 1,000 meaningless, hollow promises, bullshitting words that drag you guys through the mud. Or this could be your karmic. Your karmic may be going through this. They feel drugged through the mud. They feel strung along. And they just want that one word of peace. They just want to be released. Are you going to move on? Are you going to let me go? You know, I do think this is going to stir up a fight. But sometimes in karmic situations, two people end up together, but they don't want the same thing. They just don't. One person may want to travel, start a new business, work on their body, you know, be the best version of themselves with a partner. And the other person may want to make a family. That person may really want to buy a home, settle down, be secure, and create life. You know? I don't know what that situation is for you, but sometimes two people don't want the same thing. I like to think of this one story as a beautiful French woman. She was stunning. She was just a goddess. She was a goddess. She was a poet, a book writer. She had a beautiful voice, beautiful face, and she was just stunning. She was an older woman. She was about 50 years old. And she was done having children. Her children were already grown. And I'm not quite sure she could even have children, or if she could, it might have been a struggle. But she met a beautiful man who was 20 years younger than her. And he was just as gorgeous, you know. And he was just handsome and stunning, his beautiful red hair. And they fell in love. Oh my gosh, did they fall in love? And they were wild about each other. They could sleep together. Not sleep, but they could make love wherever they were. Okay? They could make love in a church. They could make love in the movie theater. They could make love in the car, outside, wherever it was for them. And they just couldn't keep their hands off each other. They were infatuated. And they fell in love. They were together about 3 years. And she was as happy as could be. And he was as happy as could be. But he had never had children. And he wanted children. At least one. And she told him, I can't give that to you. So she gave him that one word of peace. And she said, you know, I love you, but I can't give that to you. And he didn't want to listen. He was like, nope, you'll change your mind. Give it another year, you'll change your mind. You just want to travel, you just want to book right, you just want to do things, but I can guarantee you in about a year, you're going to have different feelings. We can adopt. You know, we don't have to have a biological child. I would love to adopt with you. You know, I want to have a family with you. I really want to have a family with you. And she knew in her heart, She just did not want that. And as much as she loved him, she really had a hard time being brave, being bold, making that first move, having the talk, and bringing it up again. So she made a sacrificial move, and she found this beautiful woman that was her friend. She had long legs, dark brown hair, beautiful eyes. She was young, fertile. She was smart. She thought, this is a beautiful, perfect woman. And she sneakily introduced her love to this woman. And she felt like she was dying inside, but she felt also like she was doing the right thing. She had to sacrifice him so he could be happy. And that was her real love. And so she ended up introducing her love to this woman. And she just said, I want you to meet my friend. She's so beautiful. She's so nice. And she's, great. And so she noticed, because she knew her man, the instant attraction that he had to this woman. He was definitely attracted, but he wouldn't cheat on her, and she knew that. He wouldn't be unloyal to her. So she let them talk. She bought wine. They were all having a good conversation. She let the young lady take the lead in the conversation, and she saw that he definitely was infatuated with her. And she left the party after they had all sat and drank and ate. And mind you, this woman's French. She's a beautiful French woman, a lot of culture. And she ended up leaving the party, and he said, no, what are you doing? Where are you going? And she says, I need to go. I need to go. I'll let you know what's going on tomorrow. And he was stumped, but he kind of knew what she was trying to do. And at that moment, he kind of knew it was a breakup. So he let her go. I see that comment. I don't know if I think they're like that today. Maybe. I don't know. But anyways, she ended it. And she did not keep in touch with him. She gave him a kiss when she walked out of the door, a long kiss. And he knew it was a kiss goodbye. She left him. And she cried, and she had a little teenager breakdown. And you know what? They just knew, because they already had that previous talk, that he didn't want to accept. He knew that she had found him someone like her, that she thought he would get along with and could have a family with. And do you know, and I'm thinking of this red-haired little girl because of this red-haired queen, empress of Earth. She ran into him 3 years later with that beautiful woman, and they had a beautiful little girl. And she was walking around somewhere downtown, and she saw this beautiful little girl, and she waved to her ex and the woman, and the little girl ran up to her and said, hi. And the little girl looked just like the dad, beautiful curly red hair, just a beautiful little girl, a little redheaded little fairy angel is what she thought. And the little girl said, I know who you are. And the woman said, you know who I am? She said, yes. Mommy and Daddy told me who you are. I have your picture at home. You are my fairy godmother. You're the one that made it possible for me to be here. And she just started crying, obviously so, that they showed this little girl her picture and made her into this beautiful fairy godmother that she was. And the little girl gave her a big hug and a big kiss. And she was just like, so sweet. And she cried with a tear down her cheeks. And she waved to her ex and the young woman. And she knew she did the right thing. And I think that is the maturity of the Empress. That's the maturity of a grown woman or man that makes decisions based on what's good for all, not just the self, what's good for all. And that's being brave and that's being bold. Having that talk with yourself and the person you need to talk with and confronting the issue that needs to be dealt with. And the Empress says it's about needs, it's about decisions, it's about know-how. And I'd rather have one honest word that brings peace than 1,000 hollow lies and deceitful words that bring stress and turmoil and strife and discomfort and unhappiness. So for pile number 2, I guess what I'm really feeling in the karmic situation, there is going to be someone that is either karmic or in a karmic cycle that is going to have to be brave and break the cycle, move on, and fight their way out of here by being honest. So someone can have a new start. Because it's plain to see that somebody here wants something that another person does not. That's just honestly what I feel for pile number 2. And it's just going to take a very strong cardinal sign to bring it up and be honest. So everyone can move on with their lives and break these karmic cycles. And that feels good to say, doesn't it? Just being strong, being brave, doing the right thing, growing in your soul. We have to do it. So I definitely feel in this karmic situation in pile number 2, there may be a couple that's in a karmic relationship that needs to break away. So another person can move on and grow with the right person. And I think that's really what's happening here. We have to let them go. Even if it is a soulmate vibe, even if it is a beautiful connection like the woman and the man I discussed. Sometimes our purpose is to love them, to kiss them, to hold them, to experience them, and to let them go. Sometimes that's our biggest lesson. And this Empress, Earth Mother, about growing is growing up spiritually. Someone here in pile number 2 needs to be brave and have that talk. That you guys are not on the same path. Or that this karmic and your person possibly are not on the same path. And they need to split. So someone can just move on. Okay? If there is a karmic relationship that I'm discussing for pile number 2, they are currently together. They sleep together and they live together. Okay? That is the current situation. And yeah, there's just a difference of views. In this karmic situation, I think they've outgrown each other. So if there's 2 people that are still together, living together, they've outgrown each other. And it's just time to be brave and say it for what it is. Okay? And that's honestly what I see in the karmic situation with Garnet for pile number 2. And it's ironic, this is a heavy stone, one of the heaviest, like malachite. And it's about being strong. And I talked about the root and the crown and the anchors. And it takes a lot of bravery and strength and courage to be strong and deal with a heavy situation like that. So that's what I feel for pile number 2. All right, so let's move on. We're going to go into pile number 3 now. And this is the clear crystal quartz heart. Clarity and purity. Okay? Purification of a heart. Let's see what's going on. Let's go ahead and reveal the Moon Oracle. Ooh, your commitment is being tested. This is the first quarter moon. Your commitments are being tested. The next one is Angel Oracle. I am worthy. Ah, and she's just beautiful. I love she's holding an iris. Oh, I love irises. They are so beautiful. And the scent of an iris is just unlike any other flower for me. Purple might be someone's favorite color here. This I am worthy is the crown of a feminine energy. And I feel like male or female doesn't matter. We have a very wise and intuitive and psychic individual here that is worthy of more, and they are realizing that. I deserve more. I just deserve it. I'm worthy of it. It needs to come to me. Let's get this True Love Oracle. Oh, and this is about family. Okay. We have someone here that is strong and has a very strong family. Either they created their own strong family or they come from a very strong family. Maybe a very strong line of women or men. Okay, we have someone here that is a gentle person, loving, affectionate, kind, nurturing person here. Someone that thinks family is very important. And believe it or not, that is very hard to come by. You don't know how many people I've met that are into themselves, and that's okay, but that's their journey. I have friends that travel the world by themselves. They backpack. They go to all different countries with other friends. Their friends are more their family than their family, and they're just very distant from their family. Now, the person I'm reading for in this karmic situation thinks family is number one. Family comes first. And there's some sense of loyalty. Now, I do think that is the one that's being tested because it says your commitments are being tested. How loyal are you to your family? Maybe you're not so much. Maybe you're super loyal. But I like this I am worthy because you are important. And in this karmic cycle for pile number 3, someone feels like they are not that important in their family dynamic. They're always picked last, or they're overlooked. Their lover or family just seems to take them for granted, and they feel very shoved aside. And they're very gentle creatures. So they don't cause a fuss. Even if the whole family makes plans and they don't, confer with them, or the family or relationships just make decisions without conferring with this person, they've never really made a big fuss. They've just gone along with it, basically. And what this karmic cycle is bringing to our attention is fuck that. I am worthy. I deserve to be conferred with. I deserve for you to talk to me before you make a decision. I deserve for my family to see if that date works for me. I deserve to be able to say yes or no to a commitment of sorts, whatever that may be. I have a family of my own, and we are important. We are worthy of number 1 time slots. We are important. Now, it's either we or you, but there's some kind of family dynamic going on here that is making someone feel like they need to stand up for themselves. And they need to say, you know what? If you love me and you honor me, you will honor what I have to say. You know, because you are worthy and you are important. And for people to discredit you, undermine you, brush you aside, think you less than them, maybe they think you're not as educated as them, maybe they think you don't have as much as experience as them, oh, they need to stop. It's okay to be different. It's okay to have your own beautiful path. You don't have to walk the path of others. Your commitment is being tested, in my opinion, in this reading for pile number 3, is what is your commitment to you? How loyal and committed are you to your soul, who is only here in this body once? You have a path, a mission, a passion, desires, thoughts, feelings, things you want to have and experience. And excuse me, but sitting around and waiting so other people can fill their quotas of what they need to do for their life as you sit by and watch is not the deal. It's not the deal. I also feel that you've started a family with someone that did not value you. And that is a karmic cycle or situation that you're ready to conquer. You may have had children with someone that just did not value you as an adult or human or individual. You may feel taken advantage of. You may feel used. And now, after so much time, you've come to the conclusion for yourself, I'm worthy of more. I'm worthy of marriage. I'm worthy of fidelity. I'm worthy of passion and respect. I'm worthy of honor and glory. And I'm worthy of trust. And I'm worthy. And if you don't see that inside of me, if you don't see that glow that I know I have, then this isn't going to work out. And that's the fight. That's the moving on. That's the new start that's coming. Because you're not going to put up with being mistreated or misjudged. And you're not going to put up with someone stepping on you like that, treating you like that, disrespecting you like that, even if they are family. It's like, I don't care if you're family. I don't care if we share blood or we share children. I deserve a certain amount of respect or a certain amount of something here. Let's get a tarot card. Spirit, please guide and direct me with these cards for pile number 3. We have children again. Children are really coming up here, aren't they? 6 of chalices. Upright. Past. Children. Youth. Nostalgia. They're holding hands. They're lovers. Little young soulmates with a bird in a cage. And I can't help but feel like for pile number 3 with this beautiful pure heart, you feel like a bird in a cage. Always living for other people and never living for yourself. I'm not saying you never, ever, ever do, but I'm saying you don't often. It's time for you to be committed to yourself, to honor yourself, to put sweet things into your life that make you feel good. You know, treat your hair with beauty and respect. Treat your face with creams that are luxurious and sweet smelling and luxurious. Treat your body like this temple. Love and nurture yourself. You know, it is true. Whenever you treat yourself like that, the ones around you will treat you like that as well. Because like attracts like. Cancer vibes are here. And commitment is here. And this I am worthy. And if there is one sign that has a lot of self-doubt, it's the sign of Cancer. Cancers tend to be confident and fighters for their family, but not for themselves. Cancers tend to be self-sacrificers. Cancers tend to be more timid and shy when it comes to their own personal wants, desires, or needs. They're always looking out for others, especially the ones they love and care for. Cancers tend to be a little bit neglectful with themselves. They tend to neglect their teeth. They tend to neglect their own comfort. They tend to neglect what it is they may desire to eat or drink or where they may want to go. Cancers out of the zodiac are certainly the number one self-sacrificial lambs of the cardinals for sure. They are the self-sacrifice. I do think I'm dealing with a Cancer here for pile number 3, pure of heart. I do think this person is very gentle-natured. I do think this person is stepping up, looking at their history and saying, I deserve to be happy. I do. And I think they're realizing that for maybe the first time, at least in a long time. And this person is going to start blossoming. And in pile number 3, expect a glow up. Someone's going to glow so bright. They are going to glow just like this little iris right here glowing in her arms. Someone's going to glow. They're going to shine. They're going to take care of themselves. I also want to say for pile number 3, before I move on from that, this person's history and past is very deeply connected with their family. They have a lot of soulmate family, soulmate children, soulmate parents, soulmate lovers. This person is deeply rooted into their history, culture, and past. And they have reincarnated again, carrying those traits and those individuals with them in this life. So we have someone that's very deeply connected to their family members, okay? We have someone that carries a lot of their past with them every day, and they carry tradition, culture, they carry belief systems, they carry karma, they carry a lot with them today that they've always carried with them. And I do think this person is becoming a little bit more brave, but I do think this person has children with a past life partner, okay? And there's karma definitely involved in that. And the children and this person they're fine. But this person's commitment with the parent of these children seem to have a struggle. I feel like I'm just going to be honest, I think there's a lot of disloyalty in their connection with this person's father or mother of their children, okay? There's a lot of disloyalty, and there's been a lot of cheating, and it's been a reoccurring karmic situation. This happened before in a past life. Being cheated on or lied to, the commitment being tested. This happened before. And if you don't, if you can't connect with that past life, maybe it's sitting right here in this life. Maybe you've noticed in your relationships, that the people you've chosen to have children with, if you have children here, and I have to say there's babies here, there's definitely children involved. The person you've decided to have children with is an unfaithful person. And it's a cycle. And I do think that you're worthy enough to break it. I think you're saying now you don't deserve to be cheated on. There was some kind of a cycle, and maybe if you want to do some past life regression, you can. But there was a cultural situation in your past that made you think that that's just what happens in a family or a marriage, that that's what happens. There's going to be infidelity. It's just something that goes on. And it may be in your culture, it may be just in your way past history, or just your belief style system now, that, you know, this man or this woman can get away with cheating. And even if you broke up, even if you're not together, but it still happened to you, it beats you down and it makes you feel like you weren't good enough to keep that person's attention. You weren't up to par to keep that person solely in love and interested in you. And it made you feel less than. It made you feel that way. And whether this is past life following you or it's just today, but there has been an issue that's been following you from the past that makes you feel like, I have to stick this out for the family. I have to stay in this relationship for the children, for whatever reason, or I have to be with this person because we have children. I have to fight for us. I have to make this work. No, you don't. No, you don't. But there may be a cultural situation or belief system or just past life karma or karma in general. It's a cycle, and you just think that that's what needs to be happening. You are worthy of love, respect, and fidelity. And if people in our society or culture or your culture or the past life, however you feel in your whatever, if people have confronted you to make you think that, you know, monogamy is a thing of the past and it's not even real, tell them to go to hell. Just go straight to hell and live there in your own hell, because that's not true. There is such a thing as loyalty and fidelity. It exists. And just because people are petty or cop-outs or fearful that they're not worthy and they put up with that kind of crap does not mean it does not exist. There are extremely loyal, loving, honest individuals in this world. And to have society or people or family or history portray people and humans as not that, they're cop-outs. They're scared little human beings. They don't even know what that would feel like because they've never experienced that kind of love and commitment. Part of your path on this journey is to learn what commitment is and what it is not. Commitment doesn't mean, somebody fucked up, I have to move on. Commitment doesn't mean when the going gets tough, you get going. You work through your issues. I'm not saying put up with abuse, but I'm saying if someone loves you and you love them, there should be a way to work it out. That is commitment. But I am also saying if you are abused, used, mistreated, and consistently taken advantage of or cheated on, you need to confront that. So this is about learning what commitment you're going to tolerate in pile number 3, because pile number 3 has an issue with commitment. And you have to figure out, what is that issue? What is this issue? Am I one of those people that needs to work out my difficulties with this twin flame or soulmate? Or are they karmic? Are they just here to show me I'm worthy? And are they here to be someone that I have the power to walk away from? You're going to have to ask yourself those questions about what you think you're worthy of. This is all about the heart. Even the picture here with the family, you can see the heart. They're all making heart shapes. And this is the heart. The heart is the family. It's a very tough situation, believe me. I've been there myself. What do you do when children are involved? What do you do when family is involved? It is a tough call, but you need to know what you're worthy of. You need to know your call. Let's get the advice. Do not let pleasure distract you. For in craving pleasure comes sorrow. That is very interesting when we're talking about cheating, isn't it? Do not let pleasure distract you. Do not let other people and sexual desires distract you. For in craving sexual desires from other partners comes sorrow. And there's some truth for the karmic energy in pile number 3. Cheating, being an infidelious person, brings sorrow on the family. So someone, whoever's picking pile number 3, it is your person, or maybe it is you, or the karmic, however this fits, that has learned cheating is going to destroy what you value the most. And that there is going to be someone in that relationship that has been cheated on that says, I'm worthy of more. I will not be a doormat. I will not be something you can use and abuse. And someone is finally, how do you say, detoxing from someone in the past or a belief karmic system about that very thing. Because believe me, there are cultures that tell women, not so much men, I'm sure men are involved as well, but in history, in human history, men have always been allowed to have courtesans or, prostitutes or affairs and still keep their marriage and be a respectable man. Women, on the other hand, were not. They could not have harems. They could not have multiple men in their lives and still be a respectable woman. They had to be faithful and loyal. Even the queens would have their heads cut off if they were accused of any infidelity. They couldn't even have a fling or a flirtation. But the kings were certainly allowed to have affairs in marriage. So culturally speaking, women, and I'm not saying men don't, today men do get cheated on, but culturally, for thousands of years, it's been okay for women to be abused and mistreated and cheated on. The mothers of your children, the grandmothers, these women were okay. And they were told to stay for the family and to be, respectable women. So it's been very hard for women coming out of this history, out of this past, out of this shadow of humanity, which tells women to endure and to be there strong for the children. There's even movies today talking about all of what I just discussed. The movie The Duchess, Queen Elizabeth's story, Queen Mary's story, the Boylan sisters, Kama Sutra. There's just, you name it. There's tons of movies out there that talk about being cheated on, okay? And it's just, I don't know. But this is a karmic cycle. And for a lot of feminines or a lot of women, because believe it or not, a lot of men were women in a past life and they still carry this karma. So you could be a man that in a past life you were a woman, a mother, a wife that was cheated on, and you may be a man in this body making new decisions, but you may be experiencing that cycle to where the women you choose to be with are cheating on you just the same. Or, you know, you could just be a woman that's reincarnated as another woman and you're going through this. We as women have a very high statistical rate to reincarnate and be cheated on because, you know, chances are if you were a woman in the past, it already happened. Not all the time, but it already happened. I think there is a very heavy cycle here about being cheated on that was trying to destroy a family, but someone decided to stay. And it could just be cultural, it could be karmic, you know, I already named him. But we have an individual here, karmic or not, that there's a karmic situation that involves being cheated on and involves children being involved. And it involves feeling worthy enough to step away or confront this individual. The commitment that you've been promised to is being tested. Are you ready to change that paradigm? Because if you are ready to change the paradigm on being cheated on, it's by saying to yourself, I'm worthy of love and more. It's teaching your children, I'm worthy of that. I'm not saying walk out at the first sign of pressure, but I'm saying you need to say I'm worthy. I will not be slapped, punched, hit, lied to, disrespected, cheated on habitually, lied to habitually. I will not be that person. I'm talking about extreme cases, guys, like the movie Enough with Jennifer Lopez, when she had a very beautiful life and a child with her husband, and he cheated on her. And he told her, what did you think was going to happen? You have a very beautiful life. You have a very beautiful home. Don't ruin it. Just let me go out with whoever when I need to go out, and I'll come home to you. You don't have to worry about anything else. That is what I'm talking about. That's that movie Enough. That's I'm worthy of more than that. It's a little bit different than finding out the person you love accidentally drink a little too much and kiss someone, or you guys broke up for a couple weeks and they didn't know what they wanted and they messed up and they met someone and they were confused and they were dating that person for a while and they were a fucking wreck. They were in a midlife crisis and now they want to come back and say, I've seen the error of my ways and I'm sorry. What can I do to make this work? Those are other situations that I think you should explore. I don't think you should be such a calloused, cold-hearted bitch or person that is unwilling to hear someone out and accept an honest, genuine apology and work on a commitment, because that's what commitment is, for better or worse. However, like I said, if you are abused like Jennifer Lopez in the movie Enough, he wanted to kill her. He punched her. He kicked her in the stomach. He abused her. He cheated on her. That, my friends, is not the same situation, is it? It's definitely not. And in that situation, his own mother supported him in being that way, which is family. And what can you do in that situation when the family's not really with you? You have to be worthy enough and get the hell out and be like Jennifer Lopez in the movie Enough. So those are very weird scenarios, and I'm not saying even one of you has that scenario. I don't know. I don't think that's everyone's situation, being abused like that. That's terrible. But If you have a very selfish relationship and someone does not value you and all they want is you and their cake, I think it's time to say I'm worthy of more. Okay? Your commitments are being tested. No, you do not have to stay there for the children. I don't care who tells you that. You do not have to stay there for them. This is a time where you break your karmic cycle and say, I'm worthy of a hell of a lot more than that. And you are a liar. And you just cannot be committed if your life depended on it. And I'm going to test you. Are you able to be committed or not? And walk away. And that Six of Chalices is, I love what we used to be. I love how things used to be in our past. And I'm so grateful that we made babies, or we had children, or we had a life, or we made a family of some sort. But no, I'm not going to put up with that kind of stuff. I also feel much like pile number 2, there may be a question of, are you going to choose some piece of ass over your children? And that may be for someone involved with a karmic, or they are the karmic. Are you going to choose a karmic ass, or are you going to choose your children? And there is definitely someone in a karmic situation that is facing that very answer. Who do you want? Your commitment is being tested. How loyal are you to your family? Or are you just following some Jessica Rabbit? Or are you following some manipulative jerk? Because someone is tempted. And that's why the warning and the advice is, do not let pleasure distract you. For in craving pleasure comes sorrow. We do have someone that is a cheater, and we do have someone that needs to face the music and make a decision here. Who are they going to be committed to? And if you want my genuine answer for pile number 3, somebody is going to choose someone from the past, and someone is going to choose someone that they have children with, or they're going to choose their children. They're not going to choose pleasure. They're going to deal with it. They're going to be committed to their family and their children. So if you want an answer for who somebody would pick when it comes to pleasure or family, they're going to choose family. That's the choice. They are being tested, and they are being, how do you say, like teased? Tempted, I think is the right word. They are being tempted. But this karmic situation is going to end in, I choose the righteous path. I choose the soulmate, Six of Chalices. I choose the family. I choose the righteous path. Because someone is worthy and they are pure of heart. And the person is well aware of that. So I do see a family working things out and having a reconciliation if there is a previous soulmate family. And I think the karmic situation is going to go downhill or the karmic cycle is going to end. So that is a lot for pile number 3. So sorry. Okay. Happy reunion for soulmates there. Karmic situation, not so much. All right. I'm happy with the outcome though. Okay. Let's go to pile number 4 here. Okay. First card, pile number 4. Ooh, and I noticed this moon looks a lot like my stone. Rhodonite. Emotional healing and family healing. Don't they look so much alike? I think that's cool. I think that's a sign. So here we have, your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. The angel oracle is, I will protect. Ooh, I like that. Very Taurus. Protection is Taurus. I love it. This angel, oh my God, one of my favorite pictures is the guardian angel guiding the two children across a bridge with raging water below them. This kind of reminds me of that. In this karmic situation, it's about family and emotional healing. And it's about a heart that's been stabbed and wounded and needs repair. And it's about a hurt child or an inner child. There is a practical plan that needs to be made to fix a difficult situation. Okay, let's get the next card. True colors. And look at that fall energy, which is earth. It is definitely earth. And in the Wheel of Fortune, the fall card is Taurus. Well, the fall energy is Taurus this season. I'm really loving this. I do think that I think that you guys are going to see the truth and the reality of a situation in a karmic scenario that the children need to be protective. If you picked this card, an inner child or children need to be protected, and someone is finally seeing the truth that had been shielded from them. They were unaware that there was a child being threatened, abused, or just not taken care of, neglected, okay? Not being put first. And in this karmic situation, they are now focusing on the children. So I do think if you picked pile number 4, this road knight represents protecting the children, healing the children. They've been wounded in a situation. And if it's not your own children, it could be your inner child, okay? But there has been that innocence that has been wounded in a particular scenario. Let's get a tarot card on that. Spirit, please guide and direct me for pile number 4 with rhodonite. Two of Athmans. It's 2 swords. And Knight of Athmas. This is another swords that stuck out to me. It's about a tough decision to make. Heart over head or head over heart. Competition, 2 men against each other. Someone has a tough choice to make. Who will they protect? We have an air sign that comes in here also. Who will they protect? Libra, Gemini, Taurus. Someone is really trying hard to come up with a plan because they've realized they've made a shitty situation worse. They made a poor decision and they neglected a child, be it their inner child or their own child. They have neglected. And there's a lot of guilt. And there's a lot of, I need to stand up and do the right thing. What am I going to do? They're literally in the midst of making a plan. Okay? They're working on it. They're trying to do a few steps to get to where they need to be. They're in an indecision right now on what path they are going to take. They're very much at a crossroads, but the good news is they're leaving the turmoil and they're leaving the problems behind them. They are realizing the truth. They're getting clarity. They're following their heart now to where before they weren't. They've done a lot of soul searching, and they've come to the conclusion of being a just, righteous parent or just a just, righteous person. And it could be someone that never followed their inner child, and their inner child was good, a good, wholesome, loving inner child, and they didn't listen to their heart. They were being a grown adult grouch fool. And now they're realizing, I've got to follow my inner child. I need to follow my heart. That could be the scenario for the karmic situation. But it also could be they literally were not taking care of their child, and they're realizing they have to step up and do the right thing. So take it how it resonates for your karmic situation. But this person is willing to, I think, mend the bridge. They're figuring out how to do that. But they do realize where they've been in error, and they realize the mistakes made. And now they're just trying to figure out what to do about it. They are ready to move on from this difficult situation. Let's get the advice. The world always finds a way to praise and a way to blame. The wise continually praises. So this person dealt with a lot of guilt. There was a lot of blame. And they made a lot of excuses. Well, we're suffering because of your fault. Well, the reason we're having a hard time is your fault. Or it's their fault, but it's not my fault. I didn't do anything to make this bad. You did. This would have never happened if you never said this, or they never did that, or you never did this. You know what I'm saying? Excuses. Excuses. Blame is bullshit. And this person realizes the error of their ways, that they're being a inconsistent, inconsiderate child. Okay? And they were putting blame on situations they should have been taking responsibility for. Because the reason they had a problem was because they chose that path. It's all about choices with the Two of Swords. Choices. And I think they're looking back at their choices and saying, well, fuck. I made some bad ones, and I pointed the finger and blamed a lot of people for my problems. So whether this is you or the karmic person you're dealing with, I do feel somebody wants to fix the situation that they've made a mess of. But they do need a practical plan, and they're trying to figure it out, and I do think they will. Part of the problem here in this situation is we have someone that realizes they have to work with someone else. They have to compromise, they have to get along, communicate, come to some kind of an agreement with someone. They have to work with someone. And I think they're realizing that. They're realizing I have to bend, I have to be a little bit more flexible. That's just the only way that it's ever going to work. Okay, so this person is now being good and honest about this practical plan. And I think they are going to protect this practical plan. They are going to hang on to it. And I think you guys are going to be able to mend the bond and mend the bridge between you. So in this karmic situation, someone's decided no more blame. I have to come up with a plan, and I have to be strong. Someone also had to make a choice between two people. They realized they made the wrong choice, and now they're going to make the right one. So this is someone that wants to bring justice to a situation. So if you resonate with justice, you resonate with that energy in pile number 4, that is your message. Justice is going to be here. There will be the mending. Someone's going to make a decision to physically do the right thing to fix the situation. It should be rather quickly, within a matter of days, okay? You should expect some kind of communication about this plan, be it a letter, text, email, phone call, whatever. There's going to be some kind of a new plan put into place. Are you scared about that? Are you nervous? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just reading the karmic energy. But just know that that is coming. A new start is on the way. I think it's exciting. I am feeling worn out, guys. I think that's it for today. That's all I can do. I'm going to get you an oracle, and then I'm going to be done with today. Let's see. Spirit, what does the collective need to know about their karmic situation? What is an oracle? Thank you, Sadisman. Appreciate that. What is the oracle today for the karmic truth for the collective? What do we need to know about the karmic energy? Forbidden. Bottom of the deck is listening. Okay. Darkness does not always equate to evil. Light does not always bring good. And that is the truth, isn't it? I've seen a lot of light workers, a lot of good people that don't always bring good. And I've seen a lot of people that have a lot of darkness in them. And they're not evil. They're not evil. So this is watch what you choose to see. It's not always that obvious. Oh, Elizabeth, honey, I haven't even noticed. It's okay, honey. I've been one-track minded on this reading. I didn't really notice. I love you, girl, always. It doesn't matter. Okay. Remember, this is a karmic reading. Okay. So we have forbidden. Notice the gargoyles guarding the door. Oh, you're not going to believe this. It says pleasure. And I have the wrong book. I think I do. Yeah. I have the wrong book. Number 18, pleasure. And then it says forbidden. I don't know. My bad. I don't even have the book for this. So I don't even know where the hell that is. I'm just going to have to wing it. That is so weird that I picked that deck with the wrong book. That's my COVID talking. I'm going to give you extra oracles. I guess that will be a bonus. So let's clarify forbidden. We already know what forbidden means. You can't always have what you want. Some things are kept from you for a reason. And this is that karmic lesson. Some things are just kept from you, okay? So if you're a karmic and you're watching this, some things are not meant to work out. If you're a divine person watching this, trust and believe that you're a divine person with the karmic, it probably won't work out because some things are forbidden. They're just not meant to be. And some things are. But what needs to be known for you today? So we have assessing and realization. Number 9 is that hermit vibration, right? Reassessing your life, reassessing your cycles, your values, your worthiness, your confidence, okay? Reassessing who it is you're protecting, reassessing being brave. So let's look at the forbidden truth, the realization. By the way, another number 3. Let's read that. With self-awareness comes realization. Knowledge is power. Self-examination of your role within a situation is very important. I have timely self-awareness and act upon my realizations is something you should tell yourself. Guys, as we move into the early waxing cycle, light begins to shine upon the shadows, illuminating what is. This is the beginning of a powerful process. We call it realization. And when we decide to really examine our lives without fear or favor. Thank you, Sunval. Oh my gosh, that was a lovely donation on chat. I'm sorry, I can't talk. What is it called? I can't even think. Cash App. Thank you so much. Okay. When we decide to really examine our lives without fear or favor, it can be really hard. This is no doubt an act of courage. We might not like what we discover inside ourselves. Thank you, son. It can be hard, and we may not like what we see. After all, without self-awareness, the will to act upon those realizations, whether we perceive them as negative or positive, we do not get to change and grow. The realization that we have a pattern, a karmic pattern, a bad habit, or a behavior or belief that is causing us pain is a powerful position of power to take on when we actually call it out for what it is, see it for what it is, even though we may feel worry and pain about this discovery. When we can take charge of our personal responsibility and change our situation, it's empowering, it's strengthening, and it feels freeing. When we know our current position, knowing ourselves more completely enables us to accept ourselves more readily and to dare to love exactly who we really are. I love it. So there is a lot of that hermit soul searching. And I think it's okay for us to call out our issues. Today's karmic reading, yeah, it could be about the karmic. They may be going through these situations for sure. Or it could be us. And these are our karmic cycles that we have to face. One is feeling confident. Do we lack confidence or do we have too much? The other one is brave and bold. Are we brave enough and bold enough to say what we want? Are we willing to give that word that brings peace, no matter how difficult it is to say? Another karmic cycle we're going through is feeling worthy. Worthy of respect, love, and compassion, and worthy of our own selves to be happy. Our commitments might be tested. That could be our karmic cycles. And the other one is protecting our plans, owning it and saying, this is what I want to do. And I'm going to take care of that plan. I'm not going to let someone come in with a wrecking ball and destroy my plans. We have to stand up for ourselves. We have to be brave, bold, confident, worthy, and protective of your heart. Do not let people walk all over you. Don't allow yourself to be disheartened by people's lies or deceptions or thoughts that are untrue about you. Step away from those situations. Looks like we need to have a talk with ourselves, face our own little karmic demons, and see what has been forbidden from us is for a reason. And if we want to change our circumstances, we have to be the ones to change it. We can't expect our partners to come in and change that scenario for us. So fight for what it is you want, guys. Fight for this new start and this new beginning. Protect your heart and your desires. Be willing to move on from what's not good for you. Be willing to let people go that are not meant to stay. And as long as you have unwavering faith, you're seeking the truth. Don't let your pleasures distract you, for in craving pleasure comes sorrow. Better than 1,000 hollow words is the one word that brings peace. Find joy in giving, because happiness is your reward. And the world finds a way to praise and a way to blame. But the wise ones continually praise. So the more you say thank you, thank you, thank you for these lessons, and thank you for these realizations, I promise you, the more happy you're going to become because you're being thankful. Your attitude really does change your outcome. And one word of peace before you go. If you guys are thinking about your karmic situation, I can promise you, as your friend here, on this platform that good will always triumph over evil. The righteousness will win. I can promise you. And if you're a good-hearted person and you have love in your heart and good intentions for your family and loved ones, nothing bad is going to happen to you. And I can promise you that if you're a good person and you don't have bad thoughts in your head and bad feelings in your heart, justice will be yours. Cast out those little demons that make you feel jealous or scared or angry or bitter. Cast them out. They don't need to be there. They're the ones stopping you from victory. And you're going to get in your own way. So cast them out and feel happy and joyful for today because you're alive. And you get to hear this message. And you get to create. It's a good day. And I love you guys so much. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell icon so you do know when I'm live so you don't miss me. And remember, like I always say, this love is a journey, not a destination. So just keep swimming. If you guys want to donate anything, you can go to Cash App. The link is in the description box below. Hit the little arrow. I don't have anything going on right now on my calendar. But if you want to schedule something for about 4 weeks out, you can. I should probably be better by then if you're looking for anything from me. I'm just going to open up about maybe 5 readings for the near future. I'm going to go in slow. I'm really trying to recover from COVID, so I'm not going to rush it. I'm just going to go in slow. Next month is when I'll be doing the catch-up on the astrology class. If you guys want to take that with me and learn about the planets, the houses, how to read your birth chart, and all of that stuff, you can purchase that at jks1111.com. It was scheduled for August 1st. I'm going to reschedule that for September 1st so I can heal. Okay? Just so you guys know, it's still on the roster, just later. That will be available. And I love you guys so much. Please be well. And tomorrow, I will start with the elements. And I'll keep up with my extendeds. So if you guys want to join my extended club, go to jks1111.com. And you can join. It's $33.33 a month. And you get to see the extendeds of my readings per elements. Okay, we'll go more into detail per signs there. I love you guys so much. And I'm thankful for you being here. Thank you for staying subscribed and supporting me on this freaking hell of a ride with COVID. Thank you so much for being my moderators. I miss you and love you all so much. I'm always so happy to see you. You guys make me feel better. And if anyone else is sick out there, I'm wishing you a speedy recovery. And I love you guys so much. You are beautiful, wonderful light workers. And if anyone's blessed to have anyone in their lives, I am blessed to have you all in my life. Thank you so much. Be well and have a good evening or morning. Bye, guys.